So, friends, welcome to day 9 uh, of this 21-day joyful meditation program organized by PSSM USA with our beloved blessings of our Grandmaster Brahmashri Pitama Patriji. So, friends, uh, we we had three major concepts to discuss, so that's what we divided into 3 weeks. One related to mind, next related to soul, and then related to the body, right? So the first week we spent more time on how it works with the mind and what are the various instruments and what are the various technologies behind how it works and all that. And from yesterday, we started to talk about the soul science. That's what we would say, right? And uh, I'm not sure how many of you understood the concept of what we were talking. So we were talking about the soul evolution in the human kingdom, my dear friends, on how it goes from one level to the other evolution, right? From the infant soul to the teen soul, and then the adultery soul, and then the mature soul. That's how various levels it goes on based on it the experiences it gains at each level, right? So for this whole period, it would probably, on an average, 400 to 500 lifetimes, it would take to to experience all these aspects, and that's what we try to relate it to our visit to the US experience. That's what we related it to, but leaving about the example, if it was confusing, the end result is the soul evolution in the human kingdom, how it grows from the infant soul to the matured soul is what we spoke about yesterday, my dear friends. So today we'll be talking the full journey of the soul even before it came to the human kingdom. How did it travel, right? So that's what we'll discuss, because human kingdom is not the first time we are coming into this earth planet, my dear friends. We have come into this earth planet much earlier in various other forms. So that's what we'll be talking today. So those are called, we call them as a kingdoms, so that it is easier to understand that one particular aspect. So to start with, we start with the soul. The journey of the soul would start from the mineral kingdom. Then it spends about 400 to 500 lifetimes in the mineral kingdom. Then it evolves into the next little higher level of kingdom, because it now stabilized or got the enough knowledge on the mineral kingdom. Then it goes into the learnings of the plant kingdom. So from the plant kingdom, it again spends about 400 to 500 lifetimes in the plant kingdom on various plants, and then it comes into the animal kingdom. So there again, 400 to 500 lifetimes, and then it comes to the human kingdom, my dear friends. So that's how the soul is evolving from each of the kingdoms, carrying various experiences. And so you now understand how much of knowledge or wisdom the soul has gained before even coming to the human kingdom, right? And after coming to the human kingdom, then again it takes into multiple evolution process from the infant to the matured soul. See the journey, probably how large or how vast it is to gain certain experiences from each of these lifetimes. So if you take each of from the kingdom about 500 lifetimes, so already about 2000 to 3000 lifetimes we are spending here in the earth planet, my dear friends. So that is how important the earth planet is, right? Because this is where we as a soul could experience such vast variety of experiences, my dear friends. So let's understand a little bit of each of it and what did we carry to this human kingdom from all these kingdoms, right? Because soul has learned so much, so we need to understand what is that it has learned, and how is that being useful to the human kingdom, because all this knowledge is not going waste, my dear friends. That knowledge what soul has brought in is all there. So forgetting all that, we are not able to utilize the full power of the soul. That's why we need to understand the whole history and journey of the soul, so that we know our capabilities and our capacity on what can be achieved, right? So as I said, our soul is not a physical being, my dear friends. It's a spiritual being. It has enormous capacity and enormous power, almost like a god, right? It is almost like a god, but there is one some kind of an element which has much more energetic than the human body, but we are almost, so which means, so we are also as gods, right? So that's what Patricia says, we are gods. So why? Because we have gained so much of experience as a soul, and we have forgot all that, and we are thinking that we are just this body material. So that's why we need to understand this whole history, my dear friends. So let's quickly spend some time in each of these kingdoms. What is that we gained? So now in this mineral kingdom, when this first time the soul is entering into this planet Earth, so uh, so uh, I think Nataraj, you should go on mute. Okay. So once it is the soul coming onto this Earth planet in the mineral kingdom, my dear friends. Uh, so the as we said, the soul is the energy ball, right? So that energy ball, when it is coming to the mineral kingdom, it is taking the form of a, like, say suppose a stone, or mm, any mineral kingdom kind of an item, sand, right? Or a mountain, or a crystal, right? So any minerals, copper, like aluminum, right? All these minerals also have a soul content in it, but it is covered with these kind of mineral items, my dear friends, right? So let's take an example of a stone, right? So what is that? So each in each lifetime, it is taking each kind of a form to understand how it would look like, right? So when it is in a stone form, it what is it trying to learn there is kind of a stone or a mountain. It's all rock, right? So what is it trying to learn there is the kind of stability. So irrespective of what the nature is, like it is raining, sunny, or windy, or a storm, the whole rock or the mountain is not shaking, right? It is firm onto the ground, and it is stable enough on what it can withstand, right? So that kind of a nature is what that soul is learning in that kingdom, my dear friends. So uh, so for example, so what is that, how is that useful in the human kingdom? Let's take one small example, right? So we know about history of Lord Rama, right? The Ram Sita, right? So let's take an example of mm, Lord Rama, that if you see his whole life history, my dear friends, so there in the whole life history, if you see, there is no one uh, the celebration movement kind of a thing. In every angle, in every step, it has been an hardship for Rama. Either in the young age, he's gone to Gurukul, so he left with his parents, and then when he got married, he had to go back to the forest again. And when he was about to become a father, he was not with his kids, and he also had to fight with his own kids, not knowing that they're kids, and it came to a position where he was almost about to kill them, right? So and then uh, so and the wife is gone away, somebody has kidnapped her, right? So if you see every step of it, there was a hardship, but still we adore him and we pray him and we do all respects to him. Why? Because of that stability in nature. In any of these hardships, at least one of the hardship would come to us, we would like struggle like anything, but this particular gentleman or lord, he's never shaken for with any of these occasions what had happened. So this is one good kind of a stability nature what he has with him, which he has showcased. Everybody has it, but he has showcased that. And where did he get that kind of a stability? From the mineral kingdom, my dear friends, right? Because the soul has experienced that, the stability there, he was able to showcase the kind of stableness in the human kingdom, right? So like that, there are a lot of examples, but just to relate, I gave you one example. So for each one of us, what is that we learn from the history of Rama is the stability. Where did he get it from? From the mineral kingdom. That's how we should relate. And uh, and each one of us also have the same capabilities, um, same possibilities that we could be stable, but we just have to realize that we have that capabilities and we live to that expectations, my dear friends. So that's what soul has learned in that mineral kingdom. And of course various forms it understood various other capabilities. And then when it understood enough experiences in the mineral kingdom, then it evolves into the plant kingdom, which is the next level high than the mineral kingdom. Because mineral kingdom, there is no movement of any sort, it is just in one place, right? So no there's non-living things would move unless you move them, right? So that is from there they come to the plant kingdom, wherein it stays in one place, but it is able to move from its top, right? So all the trees, that they're grounded, but they're able to move their branches, leaves, they're able to move that, right? So it is an evolvement from one particular kingdom to the next. So little bit of movement and little bit of living. So it also has the breathing capabilities and all that. So there is an extra evolvement there. So now, what is the thing what human kingdom has learned from this particular kingdom? Again, here 400 to 500 lifetimes. So the soul has taken kind of grass to the shrubs, to the plants, to the trees, to the big trees. It has taken all kind of forms about 400 to 500 lifetimes, and then it evolves to the next one, right? So what is that in a nutshell? What the this soul has learned in this kingdom is basically you can be able to reach to your heights whatever, but we'll have to be grounded, right? So it whatever heights you reach, you still have to be grounded, my dear friends. So that is one good ability that what the soul has learned in the plant kingdom, and which is being utilized, which we should utilize in the human kingdom, because we have learned that lesson. We know how we should be grounded, but we again forgot, right? We do not know our strengths. So even we achieve any kind of status or fame or name or whatever you reach, but we should not miss the ability to be grounded, my dear friends, which the capacity and the things are there within us, but we'll have to realize that. So that's what we'll have to learn from the plant kingdom. And again, from the plant kingdom, the soul now comes to the next evolution, which is an animal kingdom, right? Now, and from the in an animal kingdom, again, there is an evolution, because now there is also breathe, but there is also movement, right? So it can move from one place to the other. So again, the soul would take from different lifetimes, one from the ant to the fly to the bird to a tiger to an elephant. It takes various other forms to experience all sorts of experiences in various forms, and that's how it evolves. Now, as a human kingdom, what is that we should learn? I mean, what is that we have learned already in the animal kingdom, my dear friends? So, so what animal does in a very good manner is it only eats when it is hungry, right? It only works to get the food only when it is hungry. So even if there is a deer to the next to the lion, when it is not hungry, it is not harming it, right? It is killing it only when it is hungry, and it eats only that much, only until the hunger is filled. Rest it will throw away and goes off, right? So this is one very good ability what the animal kingdom has learned. The soul has learned from the animal kingdom, which we again forgot, my dear friends. So we just eat left, right, and center without knowing, without or from time-based food rather than hunger-based food. So what we already learned is we eat only when we are hungry, and we should stop when we are no more hungry. It's not that we stop when we are full. When we are no more hungry, then we should stop. So this is all the wisdom what we have already gained. Again, we need to realize that, my dear friends. It is not that we do not know any of this. We know all this stuff, but we'll have to realize and then implement. So that's what this human kingdom is about, my dear friends. So there is a lot of evolution which we have done, and we have spent years together to learn all this, but we forget. So for example, say suppose in you have learned from your LKG to your elementary to your middle school to high school. Now you have come for a graduation or a PhD, but if you forgot on how to spell a word, or if you forgot on how to write a sentence, or if you forgot how to speak, then there is no point on the education what has happened from our early age, right? So why all this is because we will be able to perform our duties well, perform our actions well, based on the knowledge what we have acquired on all these schooling or all these classes what we gained. Similarly, my dear friends, all the experiences what we gained through all these kingdoms, if we do not implement or if we forget all them, there is no point of spending so much of years and getting this so much of evolution. Again, we are living exactly like an animal, right? What does animal do? It sleeps, again gets up in the morning, go finds food, eat, reproduce, and then again go sleep, right? If we are doing the same activities of what an animal is doing, then there is no question of evolvement, my dear friends. So we are in a different kingdom, which means we have learned and we have done all those experiences already. So our striving here should be of more into what is that we can give back, what is that we can showcase our abilities, what we have learned, right? How is that we are able to help the mankind? How is that we can bring all others into? Because even in human kingdom, right, there are an infant souls, there are souls where they are still in the teenage mode, they are still on the maturity level, right? So there are various levels. So why are we not spending time and use all this knowledge what we gained and bring everyone up to that maturity level, my dear friends? So that's where our focus, our energy should be, rather than just living our life in our daily living, right? So that we have already done in our animal kingdom. So here we have come to do something more than that. So each one would have a different purpose. So we need to realize that what is that each one of us have come for, And when we realize that, that's when our actual living would start, my dear friends. Until then, it is just coming up, building up, building up, building up to come to an extent wherein we have to come to the realization mode, and then that's when the real life will start. Until then, we are just living like what we have lived in previous kingdoms. So that's about evolution, my dear friends. And after human kingdom, there is again a divine kingdom and all that. But for now, our focus is on human kingdom to learn and to execute what we are capable of, what we are. We should realize our real strength because we have acquired a lot of wisdom, friends. Okay, so hope it was clear again. With not much of a confusion, we understand the various kingdoms and how the evolution happened. And in human kingdom also, we talked a little bit lengthier yesterday on what the various evolutions are. Uh, so if there are any questions, we'll be able to take now. If not, we'll get on to meditation, my dear friends.
I have a quick point.
Yep, please.
So, how do we know that the soul is evolving from mineral to animal to human, and human kingdom is the last spot? I know that you were saying that divine too,
Yep.
but there are many galaxies, let alone the
Yep.
Earth planet. So, what if there is another evoluted like beings on different planet, much
So
than
see,
us?
there are a lot of evolution and lot of planets and lot of things happening, but we are more focused on the earth element because this is where we have been coming here and going. Because once you come to this earth planet, we will have to go through this entire cycle of this entire kingdoms until we finish, because that is the rules and regulations of the earth, right? So you cannot
Okay.
jump in from mineral kingdom to the human kingdom. So you'll have to pass through all these evolution, but the evolution is always in the exponential matter, meaning it's always in the growth. There is no backward going. Even if you are doing nothing today, we are still growing. Okay, so it is always the forward growth. So which means what we understand, if we are already on the human kingdom, which means there is no backward, right? So we have come all the way through all this and now we are going ahead. That's what it means.
Thank you. For the divine kingdom, do you have any like a session on that, or is it somewhere we'll be discussing that too?
We'll try to see if we are able to cover here, but there will be specific sessions on that particular topic because it's again vast, right? So yeah, so there are a lot of examples, like we have you heard of Mahathir Babaji, right? So if you heard of him, we have heard that if you can read a lot of books on Mahathir Babaji, right, wherein he doesn't live anymore in the physical body, but he is still living legend in the Himalayas. That's what is being told in various books, right? So that is something called divine capabilities, right? They don't need a human body to do certain activities. That's what that evolvement is. Just to give a kind of throwing some light on it. But again, as I said, there is a vast subject on it, but just to understand what it looks like.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Anybody else? Okay, friends. So there are no more questions. Let's get into our meditation. Let's get into that, our inner strength today. Okay. So that we have understood the concept of the soul and our capabilities, let's get into that, my dear friends. Let's sit in a comfortable position. Make your room as dark as possible initially. Sit in a comfortable position, my dear friends, either on the floor or on the sofa. If you are on the sofa, just cross your feet, clasp your fingers, close your eyes. Let's relax, my dear friends. Let's relax the entire body. Starting from our head to the toe, my dear friends. Let's start with our forehead. Relax the forehead, my dear friends. Relax your neck region and your shoulders. Just relax. Your hands, wrists, your back, my dear friends. You can lean your back in a comfortable position, but please do not lean your head. Just relax your thighs, legs, and your toes, my dear friends. Now let's come on to our breath, my dear friends, the inflow and outflow, which is very soft, tender, and natural breathing, my dear friends. There is no force of any kind needed. There is no chanting of any mantras, inner or outer. We do not need any godly images at this point, my dear friends. No Krishna, no Rama, no Jesus, no Buddha. Just your natural breathing, my dear friends. We do not need to think of our family, kids, husband, wife, nobody at this point, just you and your breath. Let's play soft music. Absolutely no thoughts, my dear friends. Let's get into those spaces between those thoughts. friends, one common thing we understand from all these kingdoms, which is common, is the soul material, my dear friends. That soul, that energy ball we talked about, is the same which is in mineral kingdom, but covered with some kind of a material called stone or a copper or any other uh, item. But what inside is the energy ball. Same thing with the plants. What is inside is that energy ball. Outside covered with the trees, with the trunk, with the branches, with the leaves, with the shrubs. That is the outer piece, my dear friends. Inside, what is called is the energy, which is the same energy what was inside the stone material. Now coming to the animal kingdom, my dear friends, the energy ball is the same inside, outside covered with like a lion, like a tiger, like a giraffe, like an elephant, like an ant. So the inside is all the same. Now coming to the human, the inside is all the same, my dear friends. The outside is the man, the woman, right? So the outside cover is different, but the inside is all same. So which means in all the kingdoms, the inside material, the actual piece, what we call as we or I, is the same inside all the kingdoms, my dear friends. Which means it is like our brother or a sister or my own element, right? So there is no question of harming my own element because it will harm me. Because I am the one who was in the mineral, I was the one who was there in the plant. So I cannot harm anybody. It is like if I break my finger, it is my finger I'm breaking, right? So it is not just a finger I'm breaking. Similarly, if I am disturbing a plant, which means I am disturbing myself, some part of myself. When I'm disturbing an animal to not live its own journey and we are disturbing it, which means I am disturbing myself, some part of myself. So each of the element in each of the kingdom has its own journey and we should give its full freedom on to take its own journey. How we have evolved, we are not supposed to disturb any of the elements down below. So that one understanding we should gain. Let's understand ourselves better, my dear friends, so that we can understand the rest of the world. Just breathe. friends, as discussed, we have gained the, the nature of being stable from the mineral kingdom, my dear friends. Then from the plant kingdom, we have learned how to be grounded, how to give without any expectations. So the plants, the trees, they give away everything, my dear friends, without any expectations. So we have learned that capabilities from that kingdom already. So we have realized, we'll have to realize all those abilities, what we already have. And from the animal kingdom, my dear friends, the best thing what we have learned is eat to live, don't live to eat. So these are all the lessons what we have already learned. We have to just realize. And apart from that, what is that we could learn something more from this human kingdom, my dear friends? If you have just came here just to realize what we have learned in all the earlier three kingdoms, then there's no point becoming an evoluted soul. So we'll have to learn something new apart from the things what we have learned. So to know what is that we have come here to learn is we will have to go inside, my dear friends. There is no other way. There is no other source where we can get the information. That information of what the purpose of your this particular life can be found only inside each one of us. So let's get inside, my dear friends, deeper and deeper. Let's realize our own strengths. when you are in a human kingdom, my dear friends, but still you will be able to gain energies from all these lower kingdoms. Say, for example, when you go to a mountain, when you go to a ocean, a beach, right? So when you just sit and close your eyes, how well you get connected, that is how you get energy and you feel so happy when you go to these places, my dear friends. You feel kind of in family because it is your your kind of a nature is what is there also. So the the energy ball inside you and the energy ball inside a mountain or inside a ocean, they get connected. That's how you gain energy from that kingdom also, my dear friends. That's why you feel happy when you go to such places because you have gained energy. Similarly, you gain energy from the plant kingdom. It's exactly the same feeling when you go to a forest or when you when you plant when you plant a tree, you see that happiness. When you touch a flower, you see the happiness that you get because the energy inside that plant and the energy within you are getting connected. That's how you gain energy from those kingdom also. Now from the animal kingdom, my dear friends, you just love them. See how you could love a cat, love a dog, love an elephant, how lovely they feel when you love them. That is how you gain energy from that animal kingdom, my dear friends. So in each of these kingdoms, you can gain energy. Similarly, in the human kingdom, also you can gain energy rather than losing energy. So say suppose if you be harsh with somebody or you fight with somebody or anything of negative emotions, you are losing the energy. But you could still gain the energy just by being courteous to a fellow human being. You can just feel that energy, my dear friends. You would not lose it, but you can gain just by being courteous. You don't have to love, you don't have to respect, you don't have to do any special things because every human being is of the same capabilities and same nature, irrespective of an infant soul or a matured soul. The capabilities are the same, my dear friends. So there is no high or low. Everybody is the same. But how can you gain energy? Just by being courteous. Because the loving nature you're already doing with the animal kingdom. Here you just have to be courteous and not losing your energies by showing negative emotions, my dear friends. So let's use all these resources to gain our energy and not lose energy, my dear friends. Our goal should always be increase of energy so that we can do much more or we can realize much more than what we are and we can to give back to this beautiful planet Earth. Let's go deeper and deeper, my dear friends. Friends, when we realize we are the possibilities of being a Superman, there is no question of worrying about a headache or a stomachache. We have the capacity of being a Superman, my dear friends. Let's realize that inner strength. Final 2 minutes, my dear friends. Do not open your eyes, please. Enjoy every moment. Final 1 minute, my dear friends. Just remember all the experiences, what you gained when you are in that empty field. Just try to remember that inner strength. Slowly get back to your physical senses, my dear friends. Try to feel your hands. Try to feel your legs. Please do not open your eyes, my dear friends. 30 more seconds. Last 10 seconds, my dear friends. Do not open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, friends. Slowly place both your hands on your eyes and let all that energy go back through your eyes inside. Stay here for 5 seconds like this, my dear friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly, when you're ready, take out your hands and open up your eyes. Take your time, my dear friends. Okay, give a big clap for yourself for that wonderful journey. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining. It was a wonderful meditation, my dear friends. Okay, we are now open for any sharing. Anybody wants to share? Any questions? Or anybody able to realize the strength? Anything, my dear friends. If you want to share, please go ahead. The subject is deeper, but once we understand, it makes a lot of sense, my dear friends. We need to realize ourselves that we are not this body material. We are something more. Okay. So if there are no more questions, friends, tomorrow is a Wednesday and we have a guest speaker coming. So we'll start in time, friends. So people who have missed today's session, you can find it in YouTube channel, PMCUSA channel, and we'll try to put it in our drive also, the recording piece. So you could also listen through that. So 9:30 tomorrow, friends, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and 7 a.m. India time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, Andy. Yesterday and today, my meditation wasn't as deep as rest of the days. It's okay. It's okay. So we just have to accept as how it is, madam. So there's no right or wrong answers for these. It's just an experience. So life is all about experiences. So there is no right or wrong. So if you have not had deeper, then next day you'll have maybe a deeper. So we don't have to realize too much. We just have to put our efforts to get into that thoughtless stage. That is the only effort needed from our side. Whether there are experiences, there are no experiences, we are able to go deeper, not deeper. Are we putting enough effort to get into that thoughtless stage? That is the only effort needed from our side. I missed the introduction at the beginning. Yeah, sure. You definitely want to listen to the introduction, madam. We covered various levels of kingdom, and we have understood what we, as a soul, what experiences we had gained from each of the kingdom. So it would really be helpful. Listen through that again. Yeah, thank you, Disha madam. Hope you got that answer. Okay, any other? Thanks for sharing, friends. If nothing, let's meet again tomorrow. Have a good night and good day back home. And we'll meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow being a Tamil New Year's Day. Thank you, friends. Bye. Catch you all tomorrow again. So, Natraj, recording stop selection. Okay.